Today inside the program Good Morning Saloon, we dey look at President Bio in 1 year in office. We dey get a view from the different political party them. Where you don't dey follow democracy really, we don't dey get experts, we don't dey get civil societies, we don't dey get ordinary citizens them. For look at President Bio in 1 year, in the second term, and in 6 year governance na the country. Well, ahead of a town hall meeting for update the public about what they don't able to achieve and what they plan for achieve, challenges and successes. Whether democracy they look at in 1 year in office. As introduced earlier, Joe Sesay from the Strategic Communications Unit, the Minister of Information and Communication, we they represent the SLPP party, the program this morning. And also we expect representative from the All People's Congress APC party anytime from now at the studio. Good morning, Joe Sesay, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon, once again.
Good morning.
President Bio in 6 years of administration, 1 year in his second term. From the Strategic Communications Unit, as he represent the Salon People's Party at the program, how you can describe them?
Well, we all know that these are very challenging times from the time where His Excellency take office globally. Just 1 year, some months where he can office. Now Corona come to the world, and where Corona come, we see it happen. Shut down the entire world. It affects the world economy, and we being part of the world, it affects ourselves. And so many other challenges where they come from the world, the Russia-Ukraine war, etc., etc. So all of them say they don't affect you. But however, because His Excellency is a visionary leader, they don't able for some months and challenges they did. We all see from the time where he come, where he tells you he gets a flagship project with free quality education. Some people will say it's not possible. But then it will amount just 6 months where he take office, and we always see the effect of that one day today. We see the number of picking the order where they don't access school don't pass over 1 million, up to 1 million 400,500. They see school fees they go on. They see the number of picking the order they take and pass public exams don't increase. A lot of positives, even up to tertiary level. They see more graduates they come out. And a lot of things don't happen in education. We don't make the entire world they acclaim we now as one of the countries who do very, very well by education. So we don't get that one day, and several other things back we don't happen. Then even as we don't come in the second term, it don't continue because they say it could consolidate the gains, and then gains and they consolidate, and then 5 big changes we'll get. We now the manifesto commitment that we make in the second term. Then 5 big changes in there from feed salon to job creation, 500,000 jobs over 5 years, to revamping the public service architecture, to technology, infrastructure. You know, so the area and all we don't see results. Things are happening gradually, and the president is very more determined for left a legacy we will all remember for.
Okay.
So as far as we are concerned, he's on the right trajectory, and it will continue for produce results for the country.
Inside this edition, they look at President Bio in first year inside in second term, and we get with now the studio Joe Sesay from the Strategic Communication Unit, Ministry of Information and Civic Education. Before we go for the break, according to you, Mr. Sesay, you say President Bio on the right path. Now let's look at the 5 promises we gonna describe as the 5 game changers. We 1 get for the fit salon, 2 human capital development, 3 youth employment scheme, 4 revamping the public service architecture, and 5 technology and infrastructure. But we'll take one step at a time. These are the 5 areas them way President Bio make as a promise we go focus on as priority for improve and develop the country. Feed salon when a priority number 1 inside the 5 area of big 5 changer. Which you get for say whose change we don't make so far in achieving this promise to the public.
Yeah, so the feed salon, a lot of interventions don't be made by government for actualize the vision of His Excellency the President for instance we able to become food self-sufficient. Now, as a first step, the most critical element in this project, the feed salon project, now access to finance. So government don't ensure access to finance through the central bank. We get a $10 million credit facility where farmers and the access at very low interest rate, and they give them flexibility for pay. So a lot of farmers don't try for access when they through them commercial bank them.
Somebody don't get this couple now.
Then they access and through the commercial banks.
They don't get some.
Then they access and through the commercial banks. It's a process. Yeah. Okay. Then we also get a matching grant from EU at $7 million. That one they say for the. Then of course government don't increase the land under cultivation. It don't more than double from last year. So now we get the land where they under cultivation now is 19,468 hectares. As I say, it don't double from Musa last year. So that tells you where they make significant progress. Then also we don't support the private sector for produce 2,000 metric tons of certified rice seeds, because in agriculture seed now important. When the farmer get money, the next thing he needs seed. If the seed not there, you're not able for plant nothing. And for let it be sustainable, when I get for produce own seed. So because for import seed from out of the country is very expensive. So
in terms of the feed salary you don't mention different in them access to finance, where farmer we government through the Minister of Agriculture don't provide. You talk about the matching grant when a $7 million. All in here now waiting in a paper or actually a really day in reality, because don't get the Minister of Agriculture, we don't make one thing clear, say the feed salon day in the stage of irrigation, which simply means that nothing not even started actually. No,
so waiting at the talk show now and waiting don't start. They are what they tell you about 19,000 hectares they under cultivation. Then they own. Myself we don't I mean a farmer. I get big cassava and granite farm. Where President Baby say let go make farm. A lot of people don't hear that call day. Yeah. Plenty people now one way they not get farm the upline. So when they go weekend, they see people they go and they farm them.
So in terms
then
of
the farm the back government they support.
So understand? In terms of you and other minister the way he always to say then a farmer whose change they make back to the masses in making sure that access and affordability of local food, they able to meet to them. So now we could get the National Farmers Federation, and largely through the National Farmers Federation, government they give support to farmers. Yeah, if you now call the Farmers Federation president anytime when I can interview, it go tell you say government don't give them a lot of support, and through seeds, through access to finance, like I don't tell you so, machinery. Yeah, we don't put out a lot of machines that out there, be it harvesters, landing craft, be it tractors, threshers. They all day up there. We don't give it to farmers. The farmers will attest to that one day. And these are the things you need to do. The irrigation way you talk so now medium to long term project. Now small it happen because it is very expensive, and then eventually we get for Abupan because we get 6 months of rain. Yeah, now 6 months of rain, we get 6 months of dry. If you have farm for the entire year, you get forget water right through the year. So that's not the essence of irrigation. So now for the irrigation stage, the feed salon day right now. Not it don't take off because if you don't ensure say farmer then get access to money, when then they use for access other farm implements, you don't ensure say that they get seeds. You don't ensure say machine and they for work for them. So which means the project don't take off. Not to preparation now and again.
Just to say, talk about your own farm, and President Biobin emphasized ministers and authorities within the government for engaging in farming. How much ministers engage in farming and state authorities stay in farming?
A good number of ministers and top government functionaries they get farm there right now. I can tell you down there for free. a very, very good number. Starting with His Excellency himself. His Excellency, you know, they buy rest from out for it. Now you rest they eat. Now your vegetables where they go, they eat. Yeah. I will say the honorable vice president, other ministers, a lot of ministers.
So then family are for what they eat, not to like for.
No, but they sell surplus. Like me, she don't another seminar farmer. The Ghanaian cassava how they produce. Not to me they eat now for sale.
Generally,
you understand? The rest what they produce now they eat. So many other people that they produce rest now when they eat, that they produce other things as well where they sell at the market.
General Josie say President Bio in 1 year in office in his second term. How you can describe him in one word? So far, a very much stay on track. I get the list of achievements now under the 5 big changes. Yeah, now agriculture now starts so. I go come to the other area there. All we get in the way to happen in 1 year, in spite of the challenges. Okay. We don't get with the face with. Continue for stay with we will come back to you. They take we through then success challenges them now. President Bio in 1 year administration. Inside the program, as we mentioned earlier, will be the expect for get APC representative. Now the program we don't get Minkailu Koroma from the communications unit of the All People's Congress APC party. Good morning and welcome to the program, Minkailu.
Good morning, Musa. Good morning, 98.1. Thanks for having me.
We look at President Bio in 1 year in office, and we mentioned earlier in the intro. President Bio gets a town hall meeting, said they inform the public, but waiting they don't achieve so far, and waiting at the challenges and successes them inside in 1 year. We get Josie saying at the program, we commodity strategic communications unit, they represent the SLPP at the program, you represent the APC as 2 main political parties them or as the main opposition na the country. How one can describe President Bio in 1 year so far?
President Bio in 1 year in office, thankfully, will be the calm a little bit, but I will be follow the program. I will listen my brother Josie say the things that we state. I will start for describe this particular administration in the second inning of President Bio as administration where they operate on a stolen mandate to start with. They don't ever win elections genuinely. They rig the process, impose themselves in power, and so now that way they I want start for assessment. They don't, based on waiting and make this claim.
Okay, yeah.
We all know say after the elections, we as main opposition refuse for going to parliament, we refuse for going to the councils, and we establish clearly say the SLPP rigged the elections. We all know say now because of the agreement for national unity, where we go sit down and been to money, we get an internationally mediated dialogue. We know waiting at the resolutions of the agreement for national unity. And we all know what the resolution 3 be speak to. Resolution 3 be speak to electoral management bodies for review electoral management bodies we call the tripartite committee. We don't see the recommendations of the tripartite committee. We get 80 recommendations of the tripartite committee. We get the divergent recommendations. APC still states in the report in a non-ambiguous balance or very clear terms say we not agree say SLPP win the elections and we demand a rerun of the elections. We equally state the reasons that why we think say they not win the elections.
Minkailu.
So we operate on the stolen mandate.
Now, Minkailu,
will premise this discussion.
So now we look at now President Bio Day in power. The APC get in position, different sectors get their own position. When you talk to the SLPP, they go say they win the election. When you talk to the APC, they say President Bio not win the election. That argument could be a debate for another day. But now look at President Bio Day in the leadership for 1 year. How I can describe it in terms of service delivery?
On the 10th, on Tuesday the 10th of May 2022 at 10 a.m., on the occasion of state opening of Parliament, of the 5th session of the 5th Parliament, of the Republic of Sierra Leone, President Bio bin say these words, and I quote exactly what he say. He say, when I first addressed the Honorable House 4 years ago, the world was at a vastly different place. I brought to this house policies to translate campaign promises into actions, and he go ahead for say a lot. Where be the Cameroon asked Josie say for explain. The first thing wey Josie say start, he say now when they take over governance, they meet global crisis. He mentioned the COVID-19 pandemic. He said that they affect them very seriously for make them actually thrive in so far governance concerned. Just yesterday, Joe Biden decided say he not go run again. And when he been they talk to the American people, even though COVID-19 affect them adversely than I affect we, it not put the blame on COVID-19, but rather it state the things that what it don't do when government don't achieve, it catalog them. It say when COVID-19 come, maybe the worst pandemic in the century, then be able to handle and address her. Waiting at the try for say in very simple terms, government when they elect you, your responsibility now for deliver on your manifesto promise. We get natural disasters and man-made disasters which can happen at any time. That is why we get institutions that we they responsible for coordinating and the state institutions and global institutions. So whenever you are asked to give a testimony or for assess yourself, you know for premise you debate on waiting be don't happen. In fact, other crises that we don't take place in the world. I also listen to Joe Sesay where he talk about the free quality education. He say one of the things that we then do when a great success in the first inning are the free quality education. He talk the intake of Pekin or the enrollment of Pekin at school. I want to establish clearly say to a very large extent the free quality education will be welcome. Any nation go want an educated society, because when you get a well-informed society and educated society, the people they become self-reliant. But I also want to let Josie say no say to a very large extent the free quality education don't be a lip service. Most of the things that we SLPP been promised in the manifesto regarding the free quality education for saying that any administrative chiefdom, any section, then go build schools, then go build body homes, at least at any district, we go return to the single shift system. But good things and the way they promise when they're not ever able to achieve. You know, they also been talk say, I mean, the free quality education, then go make conditions of service very good for teachers. All of that, most of them may not be able to achieve. So I don't want them bank on dandy for things in achievement. I understand. Even in the Global Development Index, whenever they try for rate country, then they look to the enrollment of Pekin in a school. When I 1/3 of that, then they calculate the life expectancy. So when SLPP come, now government when we go rate as a government of Shinka, then Shinka the people then Shinka institutions then where they deal with data, then bring out things that when they think say they go able to manipulate the data for let them always they at a very good standing when it comes to rating either now the Global Development Index or whatever other barometer you go and use.
Okay.
But this administration don't feel abysmally. Most of the things that we then say they're not able to achieve. If they talk about food self-sufficiency,
we can't go to that, please. We need to go for a break according to the production team. Minkailu Koroma from the opposition APC and the communication unit be the give in your view. What do you think about President Bio? I mean, first term in first year in second term. Continue for the tour so they come back to you.
We get Joe Sesay, we represent the SLPP. We don't get the UNTIC, and also Minkailu Koroma, we represent the APC. Even the you take before go for that break. You mean they talk about food self-sufficiency was President Bio in flagship program when at the Feed Salon. Go ahead.
Yes, me brother Joseph say in the state the things that we then don't do as government. He talk about the first time is zeroing on the free quality education when I be the flagship program, and then he can't talk about the second time when Feed Salon food self-sufficiency as a flagship program. I really talk about the farms then when they construct and the 500,000 jobs when they've been promised. I want let me brother and the country know say all of that na facade na pretense, things that will not ever exist. Because if government from 2018, the former chief minister David Francis, the former minister of information Raman Soare, and a host of others been they go na farms they team up, they take photos, they make videos. They say this are the farm there. We see even His Excellency the President been in one farm, a whole okra, and they explain why people need for embark on farming for make sure we able to feed themselves. But unfortunately, things don't just there. Basic okra and a market is there, pepper there. The basic things that they claim for grow.
You can go markets.
I can go markets and I can cook. Yes, I can go markets and I can cook. And they tell you this, you know, not to just for toxic. I can go markets. I can go Congo markets. I can go Kuton Road market, I can go market, I can buy, I can cook. I know how things are done there. Yeah. So if it's there with brother here, be actually they do the agriculture like how they claim say they do. I believe say by now things are for difficult, but food business for be addressed. And now they talk about food self-sufficiency, Musa. When you say food self-sufficiency, now when you able to feed yourself, you left, then you sell out to other people there. Now that's not food self-sufficiency. We're not even near it. the 5 big changes wey dem dey propagate and they talk about, I think say law begin address them first sincerely and honestly.
But according to Josie, say na a process, and even the way he talk about the couple way government say then get na bank for give to farmers, then na process. You don't trust the process?
I don't trust the process. I agree say governance na process. Now let I even take you back to the free quality education. Quite recently, you know, education. You notice say we been get about 100 or so thousand pikin wey dem deprive for take the WASC examination. Wetin are the reasons that we responsible? We see Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara na parliament be engaged in that debate day. Some of we all been rub mouth by that debate day. Them pikin and they will be for take that examination. Lately, we see where conference of principal hold meeting and then talk say all the principals then they can't do what they call Becker check, because you Becker results not for don't take more than 3 years before you dey to us if na government for pay for you. They don't want an influx of the one that we don't see to us for 5, 6, 7 years been sit down, come back na the system. That Becker check they all, you know, they happen. At the end of the day, the endemic corruption at the education sector is great. They also say let them can't defend them budget. The budget we them present. That budget defense they will then claim say they happen. It not even take place. At the end of the day, now just bribery and corruption. And they see individuals and state institutions we not for embark on them canteen they do and they undermine the process.
Okay.
So you get evidence for them claim, yeah.
Now I dey tell you because I get fact of what I dey say. I know they sit there and talk something I not get fact about.
Minkailu
Whatever
Koroma.
I dey say, I must make sure say I don't conduct a very serious study about that day. I cannot sit and make baseless claims.
Minkailu Koroma continue for the way to well. That's now the post will come out from the communication unit, now the opposition party APC. As today inside this edition, Radio Democracy look at President Bill in 1 year inside in second term. Over to you, Joe Sesay. As you so get eagerness to come on the mic and respond. According to Minkailu, not trust the process we wanna present to the people on manifestos promises them we wanna make.
Yeah, so my brother saying no, they make baseless claims, but all the claims they don't make them baseless. And my problem I get with APC,
Which one?
a political comedy. No, but wait, allow me, I beg. You be the talk. No, we are there one council, so just allow me, please. Please allow me. No, be civil now, please. Yeah.
You are very civil.
The pilot APC, political comedians are full of play. Then they always talk in a way just they cannot hear. Now it begin talk about stolen mandate. Stolen mandate. This law simple as alone. Go na court, go prove your case. Yeah. Now make the talk say not to us process. We are not trust nothing. This same country will not be the one. You will not get half an iota of evidence which shows anybody will go by election. We still a challenge you now. If we are never go pull on a court, we pull a public libel law. We will not get that. Now lie no more na the paper. Just beat you now. Hey please, Musa no lost me train of thought. We will be allowed to talk all kinds of things. Let me self talk. Please, I need for response to the entire is. Yeah. Then conduct election. Una lost election woefully. You did not have any message in that election. President Bio, everywhere he went, he had messages, and a message be very clear. He backed the messages on achievements doing in first term. Now, based on how many people they elected, you failed woefully, you lost woefully. Una not go court with evidence. When you want to go court, now evidence they go. Because una be no say una not get evidence. That is why you did not go to court. So now left round about stolen mandate, yeah. The idea of we own done in a dream all na day because we all know in a Supreme Court. Now no more go order he own in a presidential election. So I don't know sound be the puller idea there. Then you get this other way to about who they put blame on COVID-19. Come on, my brother. COVID-19 struck and hit the one over before COVID-19. The battered economy one left. One we don't loot everything in this country. We left a battered economy where we dey struggle with. We don't begin put on track. COVID-19 came and affected us like it did to every other economy in the world. So, but in spite of that one day, we record huge successes when President Bio used. Now in campaign we made the people of this country also re-elected resoundingly by the election. Then the free quality education in the top of Naya. The free quality education, it don't leave to waiting we set up for. We don't get more and more beginning, and that is one thing we are being hailed for. Now the world right now. In every statistics that they put in the world, every data that they put in the world, Salon they right up there in terms of education in Africa. So not to una APC who they lead for that one day. Yeah. Then building schools, you say we not build schools, we not take single shift term. Single school shift term is work in progress, but a lot of schools maybe they double shift so come. Don't go single shift.
So Mr.
Then the building schools. This government don't build schools pass any other government at this country in history. Go and check your data. Yeah.
So according to your data now, almost school on don't bill this administration.
I don't get the data than the right now. Yeah. But in different parts of the country where schools are not been there, schools are there now. Plenty side. Nobody know what dispute that fact today. Because the more we get picking for car school, the more they ensure say they get accommodation. You understand me? So we don't build more schools with government money and the support of we development partners.
Okay, so now let's go to the other agenda on the Big Five change. And I don't and highlight on the feed salon and everything. Now let's look at the human capital development. In this promise as President Bio in second priority area among the big 5 game changer. When you talk about human capital in your own context, what exactly what I mean?
Human capital development. Now everything where they make the motor man better. Yeah. What they eat in well body and education of the game, particularly for they able to function well and for they able to compete with other citizens.
And I think so, I don't do justice to that.
We don't do a lot in that direction. I mean the data they show, not to me they put the data, even the MCC scorecard. You understand me? One of we strongest achievements on the MCC scorecard now education. That is what we are being globally acclaimed for. Some other statistics there, so especially like for the MCC, not to government they provide that data there. Now third parties then get that data then and they collect that data then they internationally credible institutions then they collect that data then they. You understand me? So then data and they all they point to the fact that we have made significant progress in education.
Joe, in the scale of 10, rate President Bio in second term. On a scale of 10, from 1 to 10.
In second term?
Yes.
So in first year in the second term?
Yeah, it's first year in the second term. That's the debate.
Yes. First year in the second term, 8.5 to 10 because it is work in progress. And the progress that we don't make, I get the naya. Now, because it very clear which is say they do. 5 big game changers. Under each of them one in day, now because we don't get time. You understand me? But achievement that happen, and we don't do a presentation to the public. We capture achievements under them different sides in the last 1 year alone. You understand? So because it is work in progress, now 8.5 over 10.
So why you not make them complete?
No, we 10 over 10. I tell you say it is work in progress.
So why most of according to Mr.
But if then you sit exam and give 85
Mr.
over 100, not to excellence that one day.
According to Mr. Koroma, most of our promises they take time. The process too long. They wonder if people some man go they for able to live, foresee and enjoy some of them promises and they.
Well, fine. We not to them. They were in governance for 11 good years. What did they have to show for it? Past the Boku corruption, where show very clearly how they wreck this country. Now a wrecked economy now we inherit. All man know that one day. Yeah, it was 11 years. We President Bill just don't do 6 years. 6 years. We they tell you about what to do achieve now education, health. For instance, what are the other side of human capital development? Look, infant and maternal mortality. We don't bring account right down. You understand? We inside Africa or even in the world, we maternal mortality. It also drops significantly. That everybody that did not just come through magic. It came through various interventions. So this government also don't make. You understand me? Fine.
If they talk about the fight against corruption, we see they accuse the office of the president of corruption, forgery, double dipping in the 2020 audit report, and we see the suspension of the auditor general. What do you can say about these issues and accusations within the realm of power close to the presidency in terms of corruption?
Musa, you shall say allegation.
That's it. That we talk about. No, we talk about the audit reports.
Yes, at the camp. You shall say allegation.
No,
audits,
yes.
Fine. Audits really not always mean to say people eat money.
So audit reports not trust.
No, wait. At the camp, it goes beyond that. When audit reports come out, now we get institutions where they act promptly, like the ACC. They act promptly for ensure say audit recommendations. They come to fruition for correct them small thing a day. When the Public Accounts Committee back in Parliament said they act swiftly for ensure say that thing a day. That even the Ministry of Finance, if they give you money, the audit recommendations come or audit reports come it shows say you get certain money the way you supposed to account for. Ministry of Finance, not they just grab and give you the next allocation. Then they see say you really try for correct. So basically, what I try for talking now, you dey mention office of the president. Also, office of the president are people in the work day. You understand? Now public servants not in the work day. Ministries, departments, and agencies now public servants there not in the work day. Yeah, not only the president they do a own job in terms of accounting, procurement, and all that thing. No, I can't. I need to make this clear. We people when they listen to we let them understand what all of this is about. You understand me? Now, most audit issues get for do with procurement issues to a very large extent. They get for do with misplacement of documents and all that in them. And the people that working responsible for them today, most times not they be politicians. You get accountants and then institutions, you get procurement people and then institutions, you get other people that get other responsibilities. Where auditors they come, when you get HR people, where auditors they come, and then people and they responsible for certain things. These are people, some of them even serve 3-4 governments.
So you just say if governments really want fight corruption, see now they therefore don't set example.
Who's that?
Office of the President, where they're accused of double dipping, forgery, they don't see them investigate or set people aside in terms of investigation, but that not happen.
No, Musa, the ACC and the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament, now then they deal with audit issues and corruption issues. You understand me? And when they can go, when after audit report don't come out, they can do further investigation. But the ACC boss every year after audit report in the whole press conference. Okay. They highlight the issues and then begin investigate people and take action against them.
Okay.
So if at the end of the day, this and you they call it allegation and an allegation. So if at the end of the day they do further investigation, they prove the allegation, action is definitely being taken against people. And I don't tell you that one a day. From the Ministry of Finance, we go hold you next allocation until you do thing away for clear you name that the audit report to the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament. Now they see Parliament, they summon people there frequently.
Okay.
Then they go there, then they go take them to tax for till they go for do audit. When they see anti-corruption commission, they prosecute people. So I mean things are happening. Nobody is having a field day where audit reports come on. No sir.
We get two gentlemen then. When they come over to the person we come from the opposition APC, Minkailu Koroma, we be they look at the second priority among the big five we get for the human capital, and according to Mr. Sesay, human capital, I talk about making sure that all individuals in the country live a better and advanced life, for make sure so you get team for it, you live well and everything. In your words or description, what you will say about that second promise, the way they, I mean, among President Bio in 5 priority area, the way they call the big 5 game changers?
You see, I go address human capital, but I get a lot of other things where I want to talk about. Josie say don't refer to we as political comedians and don't say a lot of things. I'm not going to go to a statement now, but towards my conclusion, I will respond to some of the things that we see.
Okay.
Now, human capital development, what do you mean by that? They actually, now where you build the capacity of your citizens then, to an extent that then will be self-reliant. Somebody will get a capacity for establish a private owned institution for himself. Be an entrepreneur, be an innovator. Do things the way you don't go just sit, don't say that government they can't create employment for me, because the world over governments not able to employ everybody. The majority of the people in most countries now the private sector they absorb them, and the private sector they create employment for them. But you as government get for make sure say the people capacity build, not only get for be through formal education, we get other means them for build the capacity. Now that makes that will be the design, the curriculum. We'll talk about the technical side of it. Where if you know you go through university education, you go na tech book, acquire skill, where go give you employment and make you self-reliant. So that is all human development capital day about. And this government don't propagate and so much, but to know they see the much needed improvement regarding human capital development. I think say the Josie say go one for say back now work in progress. But that is what human capital is. So now let me proceed. Now I want to let you know say in this second term of President Bio in first 1 year, we get serious problem with the economy. The economy not the thrive. That now one. Human rights are being violated at an unprecedented scale. Very recently we see the bar situation being get election na Kenema, how that election come out, how it come out, we all see. Una na journalists, they wanna cover the program. Then also called an extraordinary or an emergency general meeting at Brookfield Hotel. We see where they go send tear gas day, even though they don't get authority from court. There is no court order to prevent them from gathering. We see all what happen. That now for tell you say human rights are being violated at an unprecedented scale. But when you come to assessing Sierra Leone in terms of human rights, you go see the report then go write fine thing. Now that make us say SLPP na Shinka government and then they play with the data very seriously. The other one, corruption is becoming endemic by the order of the day. We all see waiting they happen at this country. Quite recently they say President don't receive reports for remove the Auditor General after the tribunal been concluded. He don't send that report to Parliament. But unfortunately, except otherwise, una na journalists there, una might don't read that report. But the report is not out there for public consumption. I think say that report day for day now the public. Now we all read that and see details of her as to how they arrive at that conclusion day. I think say for expose the president in office, say that they do things that were not correct, when acts of corruption, for expose the first lady in office, not amount to somebody not being professional. I think say that report for be made public. Lord, we all see them, Lord read them, and Lord make your own conclusion. We also see under this regime environmental degradation. It did at a scale where not ever happen. We see recently the mayor of Freetown. I see he writes something we share. He say when it comes to controlling the drainage, he say na SLRA work. Where it come for building permit, who side possible for put structure, who side enough for put her. Now the Ministry of Lands they work dandy. We get various other institutions who are responsible for various things, although they can collaborate. But when it comes to sanitation, now the council is responsibility. So if them people are not they collaborate and not they do the things the way they for do, the country will always get problems in terms of disaster.
No, Minkailu, you don't point out plenty challenges and shortfalls.
I am yet to conclude, but I will listen.
Yes, you don't point out plenty challenges and shortfall in the government. If we talk about successes, what are the success you go point at within the President Bill in first 1 year?
Well, I don't get any success so I go point at. The only thing we don't do collectively as Sierra Leoneans, one thing we don't succeed for do, government is not only SLPP. Let us know this clearly. Government is collective, both SLPP and the opposition, and we the citizens. Now we make government. What we don't succeed for do, now for keep the peace of this country. No matter what thing don't happen, we say the rig election, we grumble, but Sierra Leoneans are too exposed to a point that they know they take the laws now their hands. So what we don't succeed for do, Musa, you don't ask a question collectively as government. That is why if you now need this, sit down at the table for negotiate the agreement for national unity, I'm not going to say government of Sierra Leone versus the All People's Congress Party. I go say APC versus SLPP, because APC belongs to government. There is an arm of government called the legislative arm. We get very adequate representation at the legislative arm. There is a local government. We get very adequate representation at the local government. And we as opposition also they contribute to governance. So it should have been APC versus SLPP. Now therefore signed that agreement day. So it was a mistake in the first place.
So it is, if the success attributed to all Sierra Leoneans, what about the challenges of the government and shortfalls?
Now, what is government? Government actually is a machinery of individuals, yeah, elected by the people, empowered by the constitution to carry out the day-to-day affairs of the states. So the first responsibility for failure is then at the hand of the executive arm, because now then they call the shots. The president is the fountain of honor and commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Yeah, the president I no more get prerogative of mercy. You understand? I ain't get diplomatic immunity. So now him for hold accountable or responsible if he thinks they know they go right how they're supposed to go.
Okay. If for instance,
I still have a lot of points to advance.
So advance your point then quick before we.
No, you've been
so Minkailu, before
now there is also a complete state. There is also a complete state capture. Let us know that. I see something very funny they happen at this country. Now this are the reports. This reports of the tripartite committee 9 days so before me. APC make it abundantly clear where it comes to the divergent recommendations so make. But at the end of the day, we see this report. Chief Minister, I watch on TikTok. He said they don't call institutions where they name na this report, they don't give them the report for let them review and let them see how they go address the concerns wey people raise. But ECSL, the one they will create the problem, you go give them back report for let them address the issues. They go able address her. NCRA go able address her. That is the question.
Okay.
Now don't not make this still like the Nuremberg trial after the Second World War. Countries that will win the war, now they come back, they set up a trial for tried and comping them, and that will make the League of Nations fail. Will lead we to the United Nations organization.
Minkailu.
No, than the so state capture is too great. I mean, I get beaucoup point this up to you.
Okay, we need to go for a break. We need to go for a break. That Minkailu Koroma from the Communication Department, like the main opposition APC party. Inside the program now, they bring in Joe Sesay. We get a point for Mick, especially on the human capital development. Mr. Sesay?
Yes. So I want to go through one very quickly. Human capital development go deal with health, education, and agriculture. So you see, under the health side of human capital development, we don't build a state-of-the-art hospital. Yeah, now normally 142 beds. Yeah, inside this 1 year, all this what they talk now inside this 1 year. We don't build 6 new peripheral health units (PHUs) completed in Bombali, na Masongo, and Mara, Potloko, na Petifu, and Matoy, and Karine, na Katia. Yeah, we don't do 12 therapeutic oxygen plants. We don't install hospitals in Bo, Kanama, Bombali, and Freetown. Inside this 1 year. Inside this 1 year, we don't set up the National Public Health Agency. Where now they know so public health issues be done before Ebola, Corona, all that. So now we don't put an institution, establish an institution. We're going for tackle lengthen and the way the impact will not feel like again more. We don't get 6 maternity theaters rehabilitated in Freetown. PCMH, na Falaba Mongo, and Bondapi, Kono, Yengema. Yeah, inside this 1 year no more. We don't complete the construction of a new midwifery school na Kenema. All inside this 1 year. Inside this 1 year, we don't recruit 1,750 new doctors, nurses, other medical people. Yeah. So this is now human capital development at the table so, sooner. Then inside this 1 year, we don't under human capital development. Yeah, the Kono University. We don't establish that one day, and we don't already get a student the way already start for do the various courses. So all this happen inside just this 1 year.
Just is talking about human capital development. You are aware of the Human Capital Development Index 2023 we World Bank and partners then do. We said they rank Salon 165 out of 174 countries.
Well, pass you they tell me this now. Me now where me say we go check me. I will go check.
You know we have that report.
I will go check that data later on.
We come to Minkailu Koroma from the All People's Congress APC party. As we round up the program now, we look at President Bill in 1 year. Una as the All People's Congress APC party, I wanna go support the implementation of development programs then and support government programs then. As you say, government now collaborative efforts.
Yes, Musa. Thank you very much. You know, like I say, government, first of all, na continuity. Aside it being a collaborative effort, government is also continuity. What did that mean? That where we've been the left in 2018, we'll give an handing over note to President Bill. We catalog all what you do, how made the country, the level at which we left them, the economy, the shape at which it been there, and how we left them. It been very great. All there. Although Josie say, they say we left an abysmal economy, we loot the economy, but I will come to that later. We as an opposition, they contribute immensely at the local government level and at parliament because now they participate in governance. We they give alternative views to government and they do everything possible for help shape policies of government and for put government at them toes for make them do the right thing. Now that make a day in the first place. Otherwise, for just one left SLPP for council and get a field day, lie by the people and then go believe all the lies and wait and go lie. Now, I also want to say in this 1 year of President Bill, one thing we will all know to pay attention to now that we get a rubber stamp parliament. SLPP imposed themselves forget the majority in a parliament, then they take any kind of bill to parliament, and even if the bill tell you say at first votes now 2/3 majority, we not able to get you get other processes then. Now you see the Criminal Procedure Act. of 2024 or so, we see they don't remove the juror, trial by juror. They don't pull out. In most cases, it help for guide the judiciary in the decisions that they make when it comes to criminal matters. A lot of people don't talk, say that thing they don't forget presidential accent. The president not for sign up, even if they not index, if I refer to parliament. Although in the Criminal Procedure Act, we get other beautiful things and they will address the entire practice now the country, but that particular attempt they for pull the juror system that we lost, correct, and therefore address it immediately. Now, law also knows when it comes to the economy, with foreign exchange reserve don't drop significantly as to how it been there. All that the government know they talk about, and then they talk about the things that we then they talk in our achievement. The foreign exchange reserve don't drop to a point that it very much worrisome. We'll need for address immediately. As of January 2024, it's about 104 million United States dollar. When you compare to how it been there previously, which was about 127 million United States dollar in 2023. So therefore look down there and try for address her immediately. Now we also need for no say liability. They pay to IMF in more than we asset. We pay too much because of we're so much indebted. We need for no that day. We are also not receiving much donor support, especially to budgetary allocation. Like how they receive and trade, them money that they know they can. So governments rely for even borrow money from the domestic market for even pay salaries. We need for no that day. Quite recently, we get a permit of about $66 million way for come up from the World Bank for come to budgetary support and other things that the government they do. In fact, that money the government not get itself, they don't begin to use them. When they not get they borrow money with the hope that we get forget this money. We need for look at denting and day very seriously. The exchange rate, somebody go say inside this 1 year is stable first. The exchange rate stable inside this 1 year is stable first. Then now something where you as an analyst for be very factual about, although it don't increase to a point above 2 million, but it's stable at that point inside this 1 year. Law also know that they clear. Now yes,
Minkailu, would they round up the program now? Una as the opposition, what do you expect from government for improve the living standard of the people and as we round up?
Yeah, well, government is elected, for make them maximize the welfare of the people. So government will do everything possible for ensure say the living standard of the people is maximized. One, government for address the economy. We for actually address taxation on basic essential commodities. Most people in the grumble say the tax the way then they pay na wataki iboku per some basic essential commodities. We make businessmen and they increase the prices of them basic commodities and they. So now one area where government for address. But my brother Josie say been talking a lot of things there. First of all, he say we na political. He say we na political comedians. I go look a whole political party, the best, the biggest in this country. You refer to we as political comedians. Also, in that regard, all the things Josie say been talk. I left and first now I don't count to him. Yeah,
but we not get better time again.
Yeah, we not get better time, but we not get for allow me for respond.
But you not able to respond to all according to the program time for end. So
Minkailu, you can make them fast.
So now, yeah, let me
make fast.
Now they disturb because no that like I don't done. Now Josie say awale they no say then SLPP government has celebrated mediocres. In fact, all what they do now mediocrity at the highest level. Let them know that they clearly. He say we lost election hopefully in 2018. President Bio win by less than 2%. You know what's in a woeful loss? When say woeful loss, he win by less than 2% margin. Where the votes then? Even the votes there we been there Falaba. Where them be they count the votes there. Parentarily and others they say first and they go buy bread, they go say you know can the other money. If you all them votes them because I SLPP not forever win election. So now less than 2%.
Okay.
And what una succeed for do as SLPP una infiltrate ECSL, una plant una cronies there and tribesmen and they and at the end of the day
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We know the time, please, Mr. Koroma.
Now last statement in this report, when are the tripartite recommendation report, APC, we don't clearly say we hold the view that SLPP not win the election, would demand for a rerun of the election. They will say it will be facilitated by the ECOWAS.
Thank you. That's going to be a debate.
Now they talk about that. Now the 80 recommendations and no more they talk about. the divergent recommendations and they inside this report because they're very important. We need for address it.
That's going to be a debate for another day. Plenty thank you, Minkailu, from the All People's Congress APC party. Just say you round up statements. Waiting at the message to the people of Sierra Leone in President Bio.
Please, Mr. That same 3 minutes or so. Now don't give me.
You can begin respond now, please.
Yes. Naime can say then a comedian because for talk about we won election, not a possibility. So not a possibility. It's out of this world. So make I work quickly. Yeah, we in a development with the trouble now. We don't build a state of the art bus terminal alumni. We don't increase air frequency from 37 to 47 on the technology infrastructure. There are so we don't build 6 megawatt solar plants and new things where they able for daylight. We don't build expansion. We don't expand evacuation capacity from 80 megawatt to 116. We don't so let's just go quickly to wheel development project here. The MCC board approved for $80 million for it because of good governance. Good governance ability. We don't attract $412 million financing. We remember that gas plant where they can put here. We now waiting the case Salongo before the member. This quite recently we don't go secure another $840 million pledge.
So generally, waiting the project from government.
So all them here, and let family know say
just say no president don't know. Then people expect
over 130 kilometers of roads they under construction and rehabilitation across the country. Inside this 1 year. So once you have for let family know that this president they work, this government they work, and quickly let's just respond to one or two things so Minkailu say for round up. The economy is getting back on track. Indicators are very clear on that. Instead of allude to the fact say the exchange rate don't stabilize, the economy don't stabilize, inflation don't begin to up. Yeah. Then he said human rights violation. The Human Rights Commission will say we still maintain with grade A status. Then it talks say corruption endemic. Well, corruption endemic according to you, but all the global
they manipulate the data.
Statistics they can data
apply some civility.
It shows say we do well in the fight against corruption. Me not dey listen to that man. Then the audits, of course, he say the audit report. The law very clear on wetin dey happen to audit. No, I need for land, please. At least when I begin 3-4 minutes. Let me say plan.
Even them will not be able to because of time. Please. What did the people expect from President Bio government going further in 30 seconds?
Okay. President Bio left a legacy where this country will remember for when for transform this country entirely and give a better life to the people of this country. And it did do under a big 5 agenda.
Thank you.
You understand? And our family no say tomorrow is the D-Day. His Excellency the President.
Thank you very much.
Go then at Butumani Conference Center 4 o'clock. He go engage the nation for the first time. It is unprecedented on all the tiers.
Thank you very much, Joseph, for joining this edition of the program Good Morning Saloon, and thank you, Minkailu Koroma. Thank you guys for joining this edition of the program. We'll be a look at President Bio in first. We'll be a look at President Bio in 1 year in his second term.